done with.
Dude, you've been done.
I'm still here.
For what? See, why? Because you just want to be a asshole.
You're right.
Then why the would you be in this competition?
I'm here.
Bone face.
Why do you look 50 and you're 24?
What? What did you say? Go yourself. You.
Would you rather have the brand new PS5 or a weekend with these three lovely ladies and you can do anything you want with them?
Wait, anything with them?
Like anything.
A whole weekend?
A whole weekend.
Damn, but the PS5 though, like it just dropped.
I know.
Ah, damn, y'all beautiful though, but
Hold on, what'd you say?
PS5 or us?
Oh,
bro, y'all beautiful, but I had a PlayStation 4 for 4 years, but I need a PS5.
Oh, God.
My nigga.
Y'all, so this dude came in my DM yesterday. He was like, "You're pretty, I'm trying to get to know you." He literally sent me $1,000 just to get to know me. And y'all literally sit here and think I'm gonna get to know y'all for free when somebody just paid me $1K for him to get to know me? Be so for real.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
Would you feel comfortable if your father was watching your OnlyFans and subscribing to it?
Probably not, no.
You would not feel comfortable, and I'll tell you why. That's because in your heart of hearts, in your soul, if you still got one, you know it's wrong. That's your work. In my work, if my mother consumed my work, I'd be thankful and pleased that she took an interest in my work and supported my work. If she bought my products, I'd be thankful. If your mother or father bought your products, you'd be disgusted and ashamed because you know what you're doing is wrong and the product of what you're doing is bad.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I got a question for you. Do you have car insurance?
100%. No reason.
All right. Do you have homeowners insurance?
100%.
Do you have life insurance?
100%.
Do you have medical insurance?
100%.
Did you get tired of your insurance agent talking about the possibilities of you losing your life and being rewarded? Hold on for a second. I know, but don't be a butt person. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. You have insurances. Although it's a very uncomfortable situation, and life insurance people who sell it tend to be scumbags. They tend to be looked at as scumbags, like, I don't want to have this conversation about me dying, but you surely will die. So you better have the conversation. The reality is, yes, it's a very tough conversation. I have to spend a lot of time talking about it. It's very difficult. However, there needs to be some insurance, and there's no insurance, and so we must talk about it.
He ain't lying.
That all up in me at one time. Don't try to make me take all that dick at one time.
Slow and easy.
He said, "Don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not rush all this dick up in you at one time. I'm going to take it easy on you." She said, "Okay, I think I can take it." So he laid down. The nigga rushed all that dick up in her.
Jammed it into there.
Jammed and round.
Like Jam City.
All kind of dick up in that girl at one time.
Dang.
And took her breath some more.
A win is a win. A win is a win. I don't care what y'all say. A win is a win.
Thanks for all your help. Bye-bye, Tanja. Bye-bye.
I want to do it the right way and learn some of the unwritten rules.
That's why I was talking about the seminar, so that we can get players to come down there and bring their grievance, their problem, how to catch a hooker, what you do to be a boss player, what do I say to my wife when I decided that I wanted to be a true player and walk out on the family. We need a seminar so we can teach these guys to give them the right understanding so they'll know, man.
Emotional damage.
I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke.
Yo, I was tripping, yo.
Emotional damage.
I was in the wrong studio. My bad, y'all. What's up, y'all? It's Cali West. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling this shit. Yes, sir. Your boy Cali West in the building on a Monday night. You know, we're gonna, you know what I'm saying? We got so we got a interesting topic tonight to follow back from my last topic from last Friday. Because you know we always discuss about why white people have empathy for Charlie Kirks. Now, so this is the part two where, well, the first one was why black people had no empathy for Charlie Kirks. Now we're going to talk about why white people have empathy for Charles Kirks. Yeah, we're going to get down to the nitty gritty and we're going to talk about what it really means. You know what I'm saying? You know, what it really means in regard to this matter of this guy and whatnot, in regard to how white people view it versus how black people view it. Because, you know, we all know black people, and I wouldn't say all black people, but there's a segment of liberal black people who, you know, who maybe responded maybe a little overzealous to the fact of his passing. And like I told y'all before, and I'll say it again, you know, I do not subscribe or condone an assassination of this guy. I don't believe that anyone should be taken out or murdered or anything like that. That's just my, you know, I don't believe in violence in that manner at all. Now, with that being said, you know, now, you know, as much as I don't feel, you know, as much as I'm, as much as I don't want anyone to be taken out like that, you know, that doesn't mean that, you know, I'm not gonna be able to eat or it's not gonna affect my day to day, you know. With that being said, I mean, the only thing that kind of shocked me was like, wow, like it's getting so deep to the point that people are basically blowing people away simply for having an opinion, right? So, you know, with that being said, you know, I could definitely understand why, you know, people might have their own strong opinions, but we're gonna talk about the other side of things. You know, we're gonna talk about why these white people make such a big deal about Charlie Kirk, and you know what it means. You know, now with that being said, you know, we're gonna get into it in a minute. We even have Miss Morphine. She is backstage. She did actually have a couple things that she wanted to say about Charlie Kirk situation. You feel me? So I'm probably gonna bring her on in about a minute or two. You feel me? That way, you know, she could say, you know, her thing or two, because I definitely want to hear from a black woman. Because for the most part, yeah, I know, you know, my opinion or where I stand, but I'm about to, you know, talk about that a little bit more tonight. You feel me? Oh, let's see here. Let's see here. All right, I had to add that Akon's wife filed for divorce. You know what I'm saying? No lie, no cap. Like I said, I meant to kind of talk about that too yesterday, but I didn't have it in me, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, I got the stomach for this shit, just didn't have I didn't have the speech for it last night. I ain't gonna cap. But anyway, let me read to the comment section first before we get into it, or before I bring on anybody or anything like that. We got XL Pro. He says we'll do it live after pill game after dark. And then he says like, share, and subscribe. Cash App $sign Cali +1. And I appreciate you for that, G. You know what I'm saying? We know we need them chicken sandwiches for real.
My nigga.
A man support man come through. Says salute to Cali West and everyone in the chat. I appreciate everybody who was in today. Especially you, a man supporting man. You know, free agent for life. And then okay, I ain't gonna read that private message, but shit. You already know how I do. With that being said, I'm gonna play a little bit of what this man got to say, just to kind of get this started a little bit. You feel me? And we're gonna talk about it because, a matter of fact, my boy Howard from the Coach Greg Adams group, he sent me a video today about that actually. So we're gonna actually use that because this essentially sums up. I mean, matter of fact, since I can't, I'm gonna play that video because it's a nice little 3-minute long video. Yeah, and then maybe I could run and get me something to drink real quick before I bring morphine. But we will review this video again, because we're gonna break it down real slow. Because, I don't believe he was like, a KKK Klan member. I don't think he necessarily, I wouldn't say he necessarily hated white people, but I definitely believe that he still had a prejudice against white people. And I'm going to discuss why. And what I say is going to be really, it's probably going to blow y'all, it's probably going to blow y'all socks off, bro. But you know what I'm saying? I got shit to say. I got a couple of things of how I feel about this. So we're going to discuss that a little further, bro. But, because like I said, I'm not going to be the one to sit down here and act like the Black community doesn't need doesn't need a lot of work. It does. But, the Black community doesn't need work necessarily just because of the fact of, Black men or Black women failed. I mean, yeah, you could definitely say, it is partially, the Black community's fault. But in the flip side of that, white people like to love to bypass and like to try not to even admit to is a fact of what did the white government do to Black people to keep Black people down in this situation in the first place? Because there's many ways of how they made sure to keep Black people down to give them a leg up, and we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about it because maybe now in the 21st century, now we might not have so much roadblocks in certain instances, right? I get that. I get that. But what people don't want to take into consideration is the fact that, essentially a lot of people were able to come up in this country because they're able to put us down. You know what I'm saying? For them to kind of act like that's not the case is bullshit. And I'm going to call that shit out tonight. So it's not so much that, I'm trying to use race as a problem or issue, but guess what? He chose to bring up about the Black statistics. Charles Kirk. Charles Kirk, he decided to bring up Black statistics. He's the one who said that, he's the one who turned around and said that, Black people, Black men are only, 20% in the household because we just, we don't want to raise our kids. Like, we're not going to just sit down here and let him get away with that. And I don't care if he's no longer with living or not, because a lot of people want to praise him as a hero. I don't see him as a hero. I just see him as a person who has an opinion, But, for some people talk about he was going to be the next president and shit like that. Get the fuck out of here. Like, no, he was not going to be the fucking next president. And for anyone to want to endorse anyone who is completely disregarding to the Black experience in America and then talk about he wanted to be a president, get the fuck out of here. And straight up and down. And I vote Republican. But straight up and down. I would not fucking vote for them motherfuckers who be fucking talking like that. He's just as bad as Joe Biden. If I didn't vote for Joe Biden and talk about, Black people, you ain't Black if you don't vote for me. why the fuck would I vote for this white guy just because he's Republican? Now, a man support man said, appreciate that movie clip you posted on Facebook is doing numbers on my IG. That's how you stand on business. Which one? You're not talking about 1408, are you? Which movie clip? Man, I don't know. Man, man support man, I just be posting all types of shit. You know what I mean? So salute to you, G. Salute to you. All right, so yeah. So Morphine, I hope you're enjoying yourself over there. You're getting hope you're enjoying hope you're enjoying your little iced tea over there and all that. We about to get into it. I'm gonna bring you on soon. I see you over there comfortable. Shit. I wish I could be like you for a moment, but hey, business is business. So anyway, y'all, I'm gonna show y'all this little quick video real quick. I'm gonna run and get me something to drink. Get me something to drink. Probably put my grill in, and then I'm gonna be back. And then, I'm probably gonna come with a little, cigarette. And yeah, you already know how we do, right?
I want to do it the right way and learn some of the unwritten rules.
That's why I was talking about the seminar, so that we can get players to come down there and bring their grievance, their problem, how to catch a hooker, what you do to be a boss player, what do I say to my wife when I decided that I wanted to be a true player and walk out on the family. We need a seminar so we can teach these guys to give them the right understanding so they'll know, man.
I love content where I have to put very little effort into it. This person says, what has Charlie Kirks said that is racist? I don't even have to tell you. All I got to do is roll the footage.
Black Americans are about 13 to 14% of the population. Yes, about half of all prisoners are black. Exactly. So blacks commit more crimes than whites do. They commit more murders. They commit more arsons. They commit more kidnappings. For example, blacks are 13% of the population, and they commit 58% of all the murders.
Okay. Let's talk about it. These are obviously racist claims, but I will respond to them as if Charlie Kirk were a reasonable person.
Black Americans are about 13 to 14% of the population. Yes, about half of all prisoners are black.
Wrong. Just 38% of America's prison population is black. That's according to the U.S. government. But it makes you wonder why Charlie feels the need to add an additional 12% to the black prison population. Could it be because his bigoted talking points only work if he exaggerates? If Charlie were actually looking for the race that makes up half the prison population in the U.S., he'd look no further than white people at 57%.
Exactly. So blacks commit more crimes than whites do.
Wrong. The word "so" is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence.
Exactly. So blacks commit more crimes.
He's saying "so" as in therefore, as in one could conclude, but Charlie knows he's lying. Even if he hadn't just lied about the black prison population, Charlie is smart enough to know that correlation does not equal causation, but he's hoping that you don't know that. So he deploys the word "so" to make you think he's coming to an obvious conclusion.
Exactly. So blacks
instead, he's making an illogical, racist leap. Charlie knows that we don't have usable data about who commits crimes. It's impossible to have that data since so many crimes go both unreported and or unsolved. Charlie knows that we only have data about arrests and convictions. I'll come back to that data in a moment. What's painfully obvious is that Charlie Kirk isn't interested in understanding the statistics he so carelessly misquotes. He's interested in making bad faith arguments, something that becomes even more obvious in his next point.
Blacks are 13% of the population, and they commit 58% of all the murders.
Wrong again, and loud this time. If Charlie were interested in honesty, he would have mentioned the other 1350 statistic. Yes, black people are about 13% of the population, but make up 53% of all criminal exonerations. In fact, black people make up 55% of all murder exonerations. Specific black people are more likely than any other group in this country to be convicted of crimes they did not commit. And then people like you have the nerve to parade these stats around as though they prove something. The reality is that you probably know these stats, but you leave them out on purpose because to bring that stat into this conversation would make some people think. And that's the last thing a person like you wants.
Black Americans are about 13 to 14% of the population.
Yes,
about half of all prisoners are black.
Exactly.
So blacks commit more crimes than whites do. They commit more murders. They commit more arsons. They commit more kidnappings. For example, blacks are 13% of the population, and they commit 58% of all the murders.
Okay, let's talk about it. These are obviously racist.
Sorry, obviously that video looped around one more time. And then, of course, there's this video from Juneteenth of this year.
Okay, everybody, a lot of people are going to be saying happy Juneteenth. It should not be a federal holiday, and I'm on my way to work. Have a good day.
Why shouldn't it be a federal holiday? You don't want to celebrate freedom? You don't want to acknowledge our own past mistakes? What's the reason why? Are you opposed to freedom? Are you anti-freedom? Charlie Kirk has said a lot of racist shit because Charlie Kirk is a racist bucket of shit.
So okay, so we got a couple comments in here. As a matter of fact, we're gonna bring on Morphine on the stage real quick. I think she got a couple things I want to say, but I do want to address something. Now, a man supporting man said the movie of the guy getting caught getting brain activity. LOL. Oh, okay, hell yeah, that's what's up. Hey, that's what we do here in the righteous sphere, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, we ain't all about. You know, we like the jokey jokes and stuff. But then my boy XL Pro said he got cocky with the attention and views. Black people are easy targets. Now, a man supporting man said, how's his opinion racist? That's a reach, ain't it? It's not a reach. Because you know why it's not a reach? It's not a reach because Charlie Kirk is an intelligent man, okay? But he likes to bring up the fact that, you know, he likes to bring up the negative stereotypes about Black people. But I don't know if you know this, a man support man. Do you know that he believes racism doesn't exist? Do you believe this man that there's pictures of people being hung, burnt up, limbs and body parts getting cut? There's laws that there's Jim Crow laws, and he says that racism does not exist. How is that not racist? And here's another too. How is it not racist if you say that if he sees a Black pilot that he thinks that he's a DEI hire? A man support man. You're a Black man. You know damn well that the main people who benefited from DEI was first and foremost white women, handicaps, Latinos, Black women, and then if there was any jobs left, the Black men were the first ones fired and the first ones hired. You know, look, now you know that's true to this day in 2026, in 2025, going on 2026. Now, yes, can a Black man rise above that? Of course he can. I'm not saying that he can't, but to act like that, you know, for him to say something like that, or the things that he's saying, right, without any real statistics, and really just a shock rate just to kind of put down Black people, is wrong. Because guess what? When he gets on an airplane and he sees a white pilot, does he say to himself, "Man, you know what? Did this pilot just get did he just get the job because he's white?" Because look, as just as much as you see a Black man, you might think he's a DI hire. I could look at a white man and think that he's a nepotism hire, or he could be a hire because somebody hired him because he was his friend. You know how many white co-pilots? You know how many white pilots and co-pilots have been caught drunk on the job? Who down planes, who made mistakes and errors and stuff like that. So let's not just put that on a Black person, even though a Black man was the first person to perform open heart surgery, though. Like, the thing is that, look, here's the thing. Him and like even Donovan Sharp, they all know they have a lane where they can kind of say this, you know, right wing, but they kind of borderline kind of shit on Black people. Because that's what he's doing. He's shit on Black people. Any Black person you see at a job, I mean, look, especially a Black man. Especially a Black man? If you see a Black man at a job, man, he got a job because he deserved. Look, he got a job because he was 2 times better. Look, my dad, a Jamaican, told me in this country in 1993, 1994, he told me a Black man got to be 2 times better than a white man to get his job. So let's just be real, though. I mean, let's just be real. You know damn well for you to get your job, you have to be overqualified. So like, let's not let this little dick motherfucker go here and talk about Black people. They can go talk about Black men are only 20% of Black homes have a Black father because Black men leave. Yo, he sounds like a blue pill beta bitch saying that. Like, we've been in the red pill space for too long to know that the man don't just up and up leave. Come on now, man. You feel me? Come on now. Damn, I got a bunch of comments. Man support man said Charlie Kirk had that clickbait and people fell for it. He definitely did. And here's another thing too. And what makes it worse is he actually did that to kind of be more impactful. But when you do something like that, you still gonna, you still gonna hurt people. You can still, because basically you just make it seem like 80% of black men don't want to be around, and that's a goddamn motherfucking lie, bro. That's a goddamn lie. Now, Dwayne Rose said, "West Coast Cam." What? West Coast Cam? Oh, I know West Coast Cam was probably going in on his ass, huh? I know he was. When X64 TV comes through. What's up, G? Damn, I ain't no cap, man. I'm surprised there ain't no more people. I guess people are sick of hearing about this. They're sick of hearing about Charlie Kirks, huh? Maybe so. Now, man support man. Well, let's see here. He says 100. And then Dwayne Rose says white women benefit from DI higher 66%. Exactly, at 66%. Of course, man. That's what I'm saying. I swear to God, bro. I went to college and all that. I ain't never, pick this. Any job that I was at where I was the only black person it was only because I was overqualified. The last time I was the only black man that was in the office, I was working for this insurance company, okay? And it wasn't a real insurance company. It was for like appliances. You know how you have those home insurance companies that just cover your appliances? It's not really insurance per se, but it's kind of like insurance. It's kind of like a wannabe insurance. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyone who owns a home knows what I'm talking about, right? Long story short is, I was the only black man working in there. As a matter of fact, I was the oldest man working in there. But why? Because I was overqualified for the goddamn job. I could have ran the motherfucker if I wanted to. And I didn't stay there for too long because guess what? Eventually, when you're overqualified but underpaid, you ain't gonna stay in there for too long. And it was like a startup company. Like the fucking owner of the company was younger than me. So yeah. But anyway, long story short is, at the end of the day, they only hired my ass because I knew what the fuck I was doing. And see, you know why they hired me? They hired me mainly because I was an electrician by trade. So I knew the cost and certain things it took for home improvement because I'd done home improvement before. So I was a shoot-in for the job, right? I had not only technical experience, but also, I'm kind of a little bit of a computer geek and shit like that. I'm not typing shit like that. So I was all around good for them. Long story short is, them motherfuckers did not want me to be there unless I was overqualified. Okay? Now, man support man says, I look at Starbucks barista and hope he or she makes my drink early, no matter what race. LOL. Exactly. And then he's gonna drop Juneteenth is not a real holiday or shouldn't celebrate it. Did he say the same thing about Christopher Columbus Day? I bet you he didn't. Here's the thing, man. What these white guys do, especially these conservative guys, and I can say this because I'm a conservative myself. What these conservative white guys do, they try to say borderline racism shit without really being directly racist. And white people, and liberal white people, they say racist shit and then expect you not to think that's racist. That's the only difference between a liberal white person and a racist conservative, straight up. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna bring on my homegirl Morphine. Morphine, you ready to get on? I think she had a lot to say about this Charlie Kirk situation. So I'm gonna let you get on and talk your shit. So here we go.
Hey everybody. Hey, how y'all doing?
We good. We good in the hood. You feel me? So what you think about that little what he had to say?
I don't agree with nothing that man said. Not nothing. Okay, that's a really bad way to say that. But after you hear somebody say that about your race, it makes you angry. So it's a little rage there, and I think that was the intentions of it any freaking way. So it can be what I like to call race baitive. Like it's a way to race bait you.
Oh, definitely. Of course. And he's trying to say like if he means well. But if he means well, I would just say if it means well, check out the statistics. Find out why. The truth is Charlie Kirk, here's the thing. I actually, like I said, I don't wish death upon anyone, and I wish that he was alive because I would love to ask him these questions. Like, so so what? Did the CIA did they not deliver drugs into the community? Did they not drop off free guns in the projects and stuff so black people could be armed and they could start shooting up each other? Like, did this not happen? Did they not draft black men into the Vietnam War right after they gave their ass some punk ass civil rights? Like, these are things I would have loved to ask someone like Charles Kirk. Because if he doesn't even want to celebrate Juneteenth, here's the other two. I'm not a big fan of Juneteenth myself per se, but guess what? At the same time, I can see why people celebrate that. What? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not really a big fan of Juneteenth myself, and like I said, just because I'm not a fan of something doesn't mean I don't mean that it should be celebrated or recognized, because that is fucked up. So you tell me y'all kept slaves in Texas for fucking 2 years? So that, you know what that meant? That basically meant that people were still getting abused, killed, and all types of shit for 2 years. Can you imagine? Like, just imagine 2 years. You know how many people probably died and had worse circumstances, even though they were free? That's fucked up.
I think for this guy, when he made a point about saying black men are not in their homes because they don't want to be, that means he's taking the whole feminism excuse away. He's taking the whole government excuse away. Even though this contradicting it's for him to also say that welfare and government assistance has desensitized black people to get jobs and to be a part of the workforce. So which one is it? Was it that, or was it the other one? And I think also with the red pill space for black men in the red pill space right now in this social climate, it's imperative for you guys to have talks with each other outside of the white space, like outside of white culture, from Puerto Rican to Jamaican. It's important for you guys to talk to each other, communicate with one another.
Well, I say this much. I'm glad you mentioned that. Me, I don't have to necessarily talk to somebody who's necessarily black or necessarily white or necessarily FBA or Jamaican or anybody. I feel like if you're open enough to have the conversation, you can have the conversation. I would never tell white people that they cannot join the conversation. The problem I have is I have no problem even Charlie Kirk even saying anything about the black community. But guess what? When he says something wrong about a community, I gotta respond. You feel me? Whether he's alive or not, I gotta address it. And we can't just
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, drop your point.
So is it when we having these conversations about the deceased, should I say, for better words, for the deceased, and you're critiquing their life, the life that they had, is that coming off to white conservatives as hate speech, or like we're celebrating this guy's demise?
Well, you know what? Well, I'm not really celebrating. Well, as far as celebrating his demise, I would never celebrate anyone's demise. As a matter of fact, I almost kind of feel like it's a shame that people would. I truly believe that there's a conspiracy to why they took him out. When I say is that it's a conspiracy, I'm not saying that he's going to be the next JFK or nothing like that, or the next president. What I do believe is that there is an entity in play who wants to see the country go against each other. Right. So I don't think he's that pivotal, but I think he was a very good. I think they martyred somebody who wasn't really martyr worthy. I mean, essentially, they basically made him a martyr, even though he wasn't really about shit. I mean, you know what? Here's the thing. Let me just be real. I believe that the reason why white people are empathizing for him is, one, he's a white man. Let's just be real. They always empathize for him. Let me just point out the obvious. Let me just point out the elephant in the room.
Right.
Look, you know what I'm saying? They feel, look, when they see, when he got popped, they foresee their son getting popped. They foresee them getting popped. They see themselves in that situation, right?
Right.
Which is why, like, yeah, right. So, so I mean, I hate to say this too, but like, remember with the whole George Floyd situation? Yeah, George Floyd might be an idiot, and yeah, he might put himself in that position, right? But guess what? Yeah, he might have put himself in that position. He might end up, passing away. But guess what? That white man put himself in that position to subdue him like that. And guess what? Now he in jail. So at this point, they both got what they got. You feel me? Not saying that they both deserve. Well, not saying that George Floyd deserves to die. But guess what? Maybe if he lived a different life, maybe he responded differently, he'll still be alive. And maybe if that white man would have cared about him, if he would have seen, Charlie Kirk just getting arrested, he would have probably tried to, treat him a lot better. But guess what? Because he's black, total disregard. And I brought that up before that, that
somebody in the comments says, he could have been the next president.
Oh,
and
that's sad. Okay.
That's sad that anyone can jump on YouTube or any social media platform, campaign about some shit, go to different colleges, go to different public spaces that has mass people, and then become president. Like, I mean,
okay, you know what?
That's crazy. That's crazy as shit.
We're gonna address everything at a time. Look. See, this thing, you can't. All right, when you're on YouTube, you can't let people knock you off your pivot. Because see, I was dropping a good point, but then he got you. He got you.
He did. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Well, it's okay,
and I don't disagree with him neither, because he could have
all right. But here's my one thing though. See, I don't get emotional about these things. I just let people say whatever they're gonna say, and then I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. So anyway, let's go ahead and read this.
Well, he might not be wrong though. He might be right.
Like I said, you're a woman, so I expect that. It's okay. I might have to even put you to work. Oh, let me see. All right. So, okay. So, Zone 64867 TV is in. I appreciate you for tuning in, G. Mark says, always offended, forever victims, blaming everyone else. I've never seen a more pathetic group in history. Well, Mark, you know what's funny, Mark? You're more than welcome to come on if you like onto the panel. But guess what, Mark? You're not going to come up. You know why? One, you don't even have a profile picture. Yeah, and I ain't trying to talk shit about my subscribers who ain't got no profile picture, but it's the loudest in the room, ain't got shit to show for yourself. I can't even see your face. Mark, I don't even know if you even have all your teeth. So let's have that discussion first. Do you have all your teeth? Because I can take off my grill and I have all my teeth, sir. I have all 62 of my teeth. How about you? But what's ironic though? Here's the thing. When Charleston Kirk passed away, it's people like him who was crying about him being the next president and how, they did this and they did that and they did this and then the other, right? Are they not? Let me ask a question. Are white people not crying and complaining about the situation now?
Well, yeah, because of the critique. You can't. That's why I asked the question. I'm like, so is it plausible to critique the dead? I mean, the deceased. Like, we can't critique their lives now. I mean, they've been critiquing all the deaths of Black people, Latino people, people across the seas, like the ocean that they never seen. So, I'm just asking a real question.
And Mark, let me ask you a question. When Jewish people complain about the Holocaust, do you go into their chat and say anything about them complaining about being victims? Because guess what? They tell us about the Holocaust every time they can't get a chance to chat.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we talking about here?
Mm-hmm.
And here's another two. Motherfucker. I ain't no goddamn victim. But guess what? If your goofy ass leader, Charles Kirk, says some old goofy ass shit, and misquoting statistics and stuff, I'm gonna check his ass about that shit, whether post hominis or not. I don't give a fuck. And with that being said, blame everyone in history. But what's ironic is, guess what, Mark? I don't know what you are. I don't know if you're Protestant. I don't know if you're what part of your ancestors are from. But guess what? Your family was in the ghettos well. But guess what? You know what happened? FDR decided to make the New Deal and, give your poor ass white people the chance to build skyscrapers. And guess what? Those poor asses were able to get, better opportunities that black people never had options to. And guess what? When y'all were destroying the New York City, they decided that when they were letting black people into New York City during the 60s, that they're going to let you guys, punk ass motherfuckers, be police officers. And guess what? Y'all planning dope and arresting people for all types of bullshit. So, fuck you. Now, Excel Process warranty. Yeah, the warranty place. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. The man support man says, I'm a truck driver. I never existed in my line of work. Hey, thank you. And guess what? You know where most black men find success? In labor and things and services that they don't really have to work the corporate ladder. Ain't that ironic? Essentially, being your own boss is what made black men get a lot of money. That's why it's so funny when black women talk about how they get the most education and how they get these jobs and that and the other. They never really consider the labor circuit. But facts. And you know what? I was meant to ask you what you did for a living too. I didn't want to be nosy, but dope.
I mean, because the labor folk in the labor force, it's only such a small.
No, it's not. The labor force is very large. What you mean?
No, I'm saying it's a small percentage of black men because the motherfuckers outnumber us. So that's just a bad statistic. I don't like when that's quoted either. So
I'll say this much. Within the aspect, I mean, black people are only 13% of the population. So
right, all of the things will be lower because we only make up a certain. You get what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like a bad faith argument sometimes.
It is. I appreciate you noticing that. Now Timothy Kells comes through. What's up, G? He says, I appreciate how people are dehumanizing the same way that white people dehumanize us when we are killed. Well, here's the thing. I don't even try to dehumanize them. As a matter of fact, I feel like we could be. Look, I feel like you can still recognize everyone as human, but still call out their faults. Because guess what? You think people gave a fuck when Martin Luther King got killed? You think these white people were crying when Malcolm X got killed?
I mean, can we say this? You know how many black people agreed with Charlie Kirk and when he said things that came along the lines of welfare and the government and all those things. So there were black people that agreed with him, that cared about the things that he was saying. However, he did say many things that were very wrong and very stereotypical of, the R word.
Right.
Because I got a job and y'all canceling motherfuckers that say certain things. So.
Right. Well, yeah, I don't live in fear. But here's the thing. Timothy says, shout out to all the people dehumanizing him. Yo, bruh.
You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
Yo, we ain't out here dehumanizing people. We ain't dehumanizing people. We just telling people what it is. You feel me? Like I said, I truly wish that they didn't do that to him, because, like I said, I feel like they made a martyr out of him. You feel me? And I don't really think he was all that. I didn't even really know what he was really. Here's the thing. At one point in time, look, I ain't gonna lie, no cap. I even kind of came to defense for him because I kind of see he was a conservative, and some of the stuff that he kind of said on the surface kind of sounded okay. But when I started hearing this shit, when people started sending me little clips and he was saying to like black people, I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. XL Pro said, I've seen Kirk debates for years. I've heard way worse from content creators. He blew up on YouTube and got cocky. Oh, definitely. So look, the one reason why I kind of liked him, or I was kind of okay with him, was because I heard some of the shit that he was saying to, the Transformers and shit like that. And I look, here's the thing. A broken clock could be at least twice a day. You know what I'm saying? Just because, look, and that's another too. And shout out to my boy Dwayne Rose. He was kind of saying to me the other day when we was talking on Facebook. So you definitely got to, sometimes before you align with somebody, you definitely got to understand where, you got to do a little bit more research, like, Where did they get their education from? You know, where are they getting their facts from? You know, because sometimes you align with someone just because you're both black, or you align with someone because you're both red pill or something like that. And guess what? Your you know, what you believe and what you feel could be completely different. But just because y'all agree on one more thing, one thing, y'all both like, say Miami Heat, so you think you're the best of friends. And, and you can agree to disagree with people. But, and it's just kind of like this little Charlie Kirk situation. I feel like a lot of people are aligning themselves and saying that, because here's the thing. What my problem with him is that if you were to go say to him, what about the CIA, or what about Vietnam War, or what about the fact that this and that, what about the fact that this, that, and the other, and how the Jewish people, the Jewish nation had the U.S. government back them to basically fighting off and basically taking over what you know it as now as Israel, right?
Right.
Because if you was to look into history, literally, if you look at it from the 1947 all the way 1948 all the way up to now, Israel was a completely different place, right? With a completely different demographic of people, right? But guess what? The U.S. helped them secure that. The Indians got those casinos. Japanese spies or Japanese people got compensation for being put in concentration camps during World War II. Mm-hmm. But guess what? Black people still just get 40 acres of mule from Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln got taken out conveniently, and his vice president, who actually was a true Democrat, he's the one who decided he was going to give those 40 acres to poor white people and get their economy up. Did you know about that?
Yeah.
But guess what? Charlie Kirk, he would never admit to that. But he'll go sit down here in his bad faith argument, make it seem like black we just want to just fuck, make babies, and run away, and we just want to destroy our community. When in reality, their community, the reason why their community was able to come up was through the backs of us. Now, XL Pro says black people are easy targets. Yeah, we were. And here's the thing. If you ever want questions, one thing that Coach Rick Adams says that I like is that he said, if you ever want to answer to something, just follow the money. If you follow the money, you will see why. Like, even racism. Some people say racism doesn't exist or whatever. That's bullshit. But guess what? Now, if you were to tell me racism was a man-made construct, I'll believe that. To some degree,
well, it is.
I can believe that, but guess what? Yeah, Pokemon ain't real too, but guess what? A motherfucker still made it, and a Pokemon technically still exists.
Racism.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. But I'm just saying, but even something as fancy like Pokemon. Pokemon doesn't really exist in real life, but guess what? There's Pokemon toys, there's Pokemon merchandise. Pokemon is still a multi-billion-dollar industry, right? Yeah. So we cannot act like that, just because it's a man-made construct, we cannot act like it's no longer there, right? And I think that's kind of, and I understand that, some people say, here's the thing. It says, he who forgets his history is doomed to repeat it. And, we got Mark saying something else on Slick too. He says, it's funny watching y'all do yourselves in Chicago, though. Do ourselves. Who do ourselves?
He's talking about unaliving ourselves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask a question though. But you know what's ironic though? It's ironic because if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if you know this. Do you know white men have the highest rate of PDF filing? Do you know that, Morphine?
Yeah.
Do you know that? Right.
Yeah.
So Mark,
yeah.
How about that? So guess what? Yeah, we might be doing ourselves in Chicago. Hold on. Let me say something real quick. Mark, we might be doing ourselves in Chicago, but guess what? You're still diddling little kids. You feel me? And you need to be locked the fuck up. Mr. What's it? What? I think what's the percentage? I think 71. 50% of the population is still doing 71% of the PDF filing. That's some sick bastards, bro.
Right.
You're a sick bastard, bro. You probably dealing your own kids, bro.
This is a sick Negro.
Here's another fact for you. You guys' race is the only race, and the race is some made up shit y'all motherfuckers made up. But anyway, y'all race is the only race that is fighting for the right to actually be a pedophile.
Ooh. Well,
you
like
want
said,
the legislative and you want the right to do it, and little people love what the fuck. Y'all the only ones that think of things like this. And you have the nerve to call anybody African American, Black, well, however they want to identify themselves as perverted. Shit, y'all the creators of perversion. I'm just saying. I'm gonna go back. Get me off the screen.
You ain't lying.
That's crazy.
Well, like I said, I'm not even about hating anything like that, but I'm just putting out. I'm gonna put out spade to spade. You know, like I said, I'm not here to go ahead. I'm not here to shit on white people or nothing like that. What I'm here to shit on is just your whole mindset. That's what I'm here to shit on. I'm here to shit on the mindset. You know, because here's the thing. The thing is, this whole white man is superior bullshit. That's what they're trying to essentially push. And here's another too. Can I say something else to y'all? One of the reasons why Charlie Kirk is quick to go talk about, oh, black men are only, we only say 20% because we just get them to leave. You know why he says that? Because he knows that white women now like black men. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He wanted to persuade any white woman who want to go sleep with a black man not to sleep with a black man by giving that goofy ass, lying ass statistic, making you think that black men are just gonna go ahead and leave. First off, if there's any time where a black man's probably not in the house, it's probably because his woman chose to get welfare, and that's only half the time. That's only half the time. Okay. Oh, and by the way, just to let y'all know, as much as I pick on black people for being on welfare, I would say about 30% of the people on welfare are white people. So guess what? Black people and white people are just about neck to neck when it comes to the welfare benefits. And guess what? You know how they knew that welfare would destroy the black community? Because they had some poor ass white people on welfare since back in the day themselves. And guess what? They knew if they gave that shit to the black people, it was going to sink us. They knew this. Because guess what? There's a realm. Look, here's the thing. See, here's the thing. When people say white people this, white people that, even when black people say I want to live in a white neighborhood, you think black people want to move to Milwaukee, Wisconsin to go live with those white people? No, they want to live in Beverly Hills or Calabasas with white people who are refined. They cut their lawn, they have all their teeth. They don't smell like they've been working in a barn, you know what I'm saying? Got a Tesla in their driveway, okay? We're talking about outstanding yuppie white people. We ain't talking about you redneck motherfuckers, you feel me? I mean, I ain't trying to shit on redneck motherfuckers either, because guess what? This is going to sound kind of crazy, but not all rednecks are racist. It sounds kind of weird. Yeah. Not all rednecks are racist, but yes.
I mean, it's just a culture thing. Like, that's their culture.
Right.
There's a mean that I'm racist.
Right. Like Bubba Smarts.
And they make the best moonshine. I'm just saying. They make the best moonshine ever.
Right. Like, hey, Bubba Smarts, he's a redneck. So, and here's another too. And at one point in time, I think the Black Panthers was cool with the hillbillies. Do you know that? They made and hillbillies are white people. But the reason why the hillbillies and the Black Panthers kind of linked up for a while was because the hillbillies, they consider themselves, they're white people, but they're the ones who are basically the drugs of society. They're basically the ones that white people don't showcase. Like, for example, the reason why white people think that black people are the only ones doing crimes, because we're the ones that they showcase on TV, through media, through movies, doing crime. But guess what? Man, if you look up Broward lockup, you see how many white people get locked up for all types of crazy shit all the time. All the time. But guess what? It's business to showcase us doing this. And do you know who put us on TV? You know who put us on TV doing that the most, right?
Them.
There's a certain people, them, especially them with the little hats too.
He ain't lying.
Oh yeah. Oh
Who do you think
yeah.
owns them studios?
Them people with them stars, man.
So 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 that's a whole other subject. You know, they say the ones that you can't talk about is the ones who's really in power.
You had to.
Dude, you've been.
Huh?
The people out here better catch the lingo, man.
Think about it. The ones you can't talk about, the ones you can't really bring up, are the ones who's really in power. So y'all can talk shit about Donald Trump, talk about white people all day and all that. But guess what?
But Donald Trump support them though. So that's the thing I don't understand. That's the caveat right there.
Oh, because Charles Kirk was anti. I think he was anti. Don't say the place, but anti. I think it was anti. I think it was like pro Gaza, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He might have been pro Gaza, something to that effect. I forgot what he said. I don't know.
It was something like that. I mean, you got it to we allegedly. I don't know. We don't know. Right. YouTube, but we didn't know that he did side more pro. Let's say he was Jew friendly. I'm gonna say it.
He probably was. I
think he was Jew friendly, and the powers that
Dude, you've been.
There you go. There you have it.
They ain't like nothing.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, people are able to have their point of view, but it's just like as soon as a black person responds, then they're hurt or playing the victim. Like I said, they bring up the Holocaust often, all the time. They'll tell you about everybody else's situation, but they don't want to hear about yours. But you know why? Because the truth is they feel the most guilty about him. And another reason why a lot of white people are having empathy for Charlie Kirks is because he was helping to absolve white guilt.
And he was feeding black fatigue. So listen, the thing that I want to say is this.
Because that's what you was here to say. Yeah, we want to hear your spiel about this. That's why you're here.
See, the thing I don't understand is how, when we having these conversations about the problems in this world and division and things of that nature, we get so caught up in what side says what and what side is this, that, and the third. And I would like to know about this Charlie situation. I would like to know a lot more information about the guy that shot him, that essentially murdered him. I would like to learn a lot more before you kill him. Please, can we ask him some questions? And I think it is really, it speaks volumes that nobody is really asking no questions.
Like, you know why? I'm gonna tell you why they ain't asking no questions. Because they know he was a fall guy. Man, look, yo. That guy was a fall guy. We ain't gonna find out.
What you guys care?
Someone took a shot at 47, lived to tell about it, and we still don't know what the fuck is going on with that guy.
Yeah, we still don't know.
Think about that.
I'm like, you're not. I'm like, I get all the, they're this and they're that and they going on. I'm like, but, so y'all not gonna ask no questions though? Like,
asking questions.
It was 3 attempts to on the president.
Mm-hmm.
One in front of everybody. Mm-hmm. Everybody.
Man, look. They caught the wrong man the first time for Charlie Kirk.
I heard twice.
They caught an old man and was dragging on his pants was falling down, dude. And it was dragging his ass around, dude. That shit was anarchy, bro.
Twice though. Mr. West, I heard they caught the wrong person twice.
Mm-hmm.
I heard.
Yep. I heard something to that effect as well, but
Now,
the
I
main
don't
thing
know
I remember is that
if
they
that's
was
true
dragging this
because
old
we
man
don't know
with his
nothing. They
pants
ain't
down.
released nothing.
So Dwayne Rose, my boy, says he could have been next president. I think he's fucking with me. He said he was a beacon for the disenfranchised federal white man. Ah, right. Which is essentially what I said. Right. And guess what? Here's nothing to y'all. Even though, here's the thing. As much as this sounds crazy, we've seen who became president. And even I didn't know I was going to vote for him. So guess what? At the same time, anything could be possible. But guess what? He dropped one good point. He
That's
said
what
he
I
was a
said. I was
beacon.
like,
Oh, that's what you were talking about earlier, huh? Is that what you were talking about earlier,
that's the
Morphe?
one I was reading.
Oh,
Yep,
right.
that was the one I was reading, and I was like, "Yo, he might not be wrong though." I was like, "It's fucked up that someone could become a president that way," but
well, you know what? You know when they have presidential elects, it's supposed to be kind of someone likable, someone who, someone you can kind of see yourself being around and stuff. Like for example, like you know who the Democrats going to put up the next Democratic for the next Democratic convention is going to be that Gavin Newsom guy, bro. They threw a woman. They ain't gonna probably bring another woman for another 40 years. But they're gonna try to bring Gavin Newsom because they've been losing one woman ever since they were trying. They tried and it didn't work.
Yeah, because they never let a female Republican run. A white.
Well, guess what? Here's the thing: if a woman ever runs, it'll probably be a Republican woman.
It'll be a Republican woman.
Ironically, right?
I mean, I don't think that's ironic. I think with more information coming out nowadays, information being at your fingertips, I think once people start reading, that doesn't mean articles. Reading history of
Reading history of what? What you mean?
The presidencies, the ones that was Democrats, the ones that was Republicans. You start reading some shit, and it sound about right. And for the first female president to be Republican versus Democrat, I don't know why everybody thought she should be a Democrat.
Okay. So let's go through these comments because there's a few. Timothy Kell says they don't criticize our lives when we are on our lives. We are dehumanized. Hey, let's just be real. What I would like to hear is like for someone to say, we know George Floyd was a crackhead, but damn, we kind of said that he died or something, or he should have died. You didn't hear that from anyone. You didn't hear that. It was kind of unfortunate that he died. A lot of people will just talk about he's a crackhead, he's a drug user, and all that. Like, here's nothing too. Just because he's a crackhead and a drug user, if anything, he needs to be put in the hospital. He shouldn't be subdued to death, right? Like, I mean,
true.
Like, even though
you should be trying to help him.
Even though I think that he was an idiot, at the same time, I mean, come on now, like, dude, like, even a dumb dog deserves not to go out like that. You feel me? A dumb dog, okay? And guess what? They tend to love dogs more than they love black people. I ain't talking about all of them, the racist ones. We talk about the racist ones here. A man support man says, at Kelly West, leave that innocent troll alone, LOL. Ah, fuck that nigga. Or fuck whatever he is. Fuck that cracker, whatever the fuck he was. Definitely a cracker. Now, XL Pro says, like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, man. Can we get some super chats, some cash apps, y'all? Come on. Your boy need that.
I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke.
Salute to XL Pro. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you're feeling this shit. Come on, y'all. Oh, okay. Hold up. SkyDaddy4444 says, Cali West, salute, big dog. And he comes through. He says, $5 super chat. Okay. I appreciate the love, my G. He says CK was deleted by Z Boys. He was waking up the real problem. Okay. Mama's love, aka hate, is the real problem for all people, all colors. See first. All right. Salute, G. I don't know. I too personally don't even think that he was that impactful. But guess what? Like I said, you know what I'm saying? You take out somebody, you make them a martyr. You feel me? But, and I think, like I said, on the surface, he said some stuff. Like I said, a broken clock could be right, twice a day. Just because, somebody, you could agree with someone with 80% of everything they say, but that 20% just make everything stink. You feel me? To me, he don't pass the smell test. But I do appreciate the $5 super chat. You feel me? Salute to you, my G. You.
My nigga.
Yeah. Now, Dwayne Rose said the first Birth of a Nation, produced by Tiny Hats, depicted black men horribly. Exactly. Facts. And it's the truth, bruh. It's the truth.
Really him. You're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
The NAACP. Y'all know what it stands for. If y'all don't, look it up. But why did the NAACP have a problem with putting in a black president? Why did the NAACP buck about putting in any black man on the board?
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
This is a sick Negro.
Malcolm X talked about it. He talked about it. He definitely talked about it.
What are you talking about? When did they say this? What's the context behind it?
Oh, Malcolm X brought up the fact that the NAACP was trying to be, do this for black people, this, that, black people, that, but yet they didn't have any black men on their board. They did not have a black president. They didn't, how can you be about helping the black people, but then you don't even have black people on the board?
Oh, so all they board was white people?
Malcolm X was chastising them for not having a black leader in the NAACP or no one on the board of the NAACP during the civil rights movement in the 60s. Malcolm X called him out on that. Malcolm X was the Kendrick Lamar of the civil rights movement. Bro.
How was they ever going to do that? They can't do that. Those white people wasn't going to let them do that.
But you know why, though, right? Because this is what here's the thing. The civil rights movement. Look, here's the thing. I don't know if you know this too. The civil rights movement was all over the nation. Everyone had their own political moves. They had their own strike. They had their own strikes. They had their own rights, their own protests, their own everything. Right. But guess what? It was Martin Luther King who decided to get on TV and televise that he was the head of the civil rights movement. But the truth is, he was never part of it. And Malcolm X is even quoted for even saying that shit, that they basically put him, they just positioned Martin Luther King to be the leader of the civil rights movement. So now we know him as the leader of the civil rights movement. But in reality, he wasn't the leader of the shit. He was just the leader of the one who got in front of the TV. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you know this too. Y'all know this too. Do y'all know television is a Nazi Germany technology?
What? Say that again.
Television, TV was made in Nazi Germany. It is Germans had TVs. Germans were watching TV when Americans were still listening to the radio during World War II. They're the ones who had TV and television broadcasting. But guess what? Television broadcasting is a form of brainwashing.
Well, duh.
Right. But guess what?
I'm sure they learned that. I'm sure they learned that. I'm sure they learned that from the Africans.
Hold up. You say duh, but guess what? Don't people fall for that all the fucking time?
Well, yeah.
Because something you take for granted is literally programming. There's a reason why I say it is. There's a reason why it doesn't say back to your favorite TV show. No, back to your regular scheduled programming.
First it started with the radio, right?
Right, but guess what? But guess what? Words mean things too. There's a reason why they say that, because words mean things is programming you in your head subconsciously.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you, and I'm saying like they've been doing that since the radio. Because as soon as you say Bexley, I was like, yeah, they was doing that since the radio times. Like, so that goes back.
Right. But just that being said, but guess what? Seeing something is believing something, man. You can hear it all you want, but when you see it, that I feel like it's more captivating to see it than just to hear it.
Well, yeah, because we've been seeing shit all our lives. Like we don't know what it's like to live and never see nothing. Like everything that you ever been told is been told.
But
like you really
I hear
probably
what you're
never
understanding.
experienced this shit. But
I'm just talking on a visual level. Seeing is believing. Like let's just say it wasn't TV. If you heard a tiger versus if you seen a tiger and you was in the wild in 200 BC, you would still be scared more because now you're seeing this shit. You feel me? Even if you're far away, it's like, damn, that's a fucking tiger. So long story short is,
yeah, I'm like, I ain't even gonna go down this rabbit hole of people believing some shit they ain't never seen before.
Right. Hello. Dwayne Rose says America took a lot from those people. I'm gonna stop dropping that word because I said it too many times already. He said America took a lot from them. Of course, it took a lot of technology. Helicopters, radio remote control items, all that shit, man.
Yeah.
A jet, the turbine engine, that was not American technology. Dwayne Rose says America took.
It's the American way. It is the American goddamn way. We will go over there and take your shit. Okay.
After World War II, America had everything. Shit,
what?
We had better cars. Look, shit, we had better
cars.
We had better cars. We had TV. Like everything just essentially changed, bro, for America after that.
We had household accessories, man. We had dishwashers. Do you know what dishwashers did to the 70s? I mean, to the 60s? For those that could afford it, though.
Mm-hmm. Shit, a dishwasher, just a goddamn washing machine.
Just a washing machine, right? Like a simple washing machine.
You still look. Even if you had to hang your shit out to dry, you was still like living a life. Right. But guess what? Here's the other thing too. See, and during those times, well, let me go to this comment section because we've been in an hour 12 minutes. We still ain't talked about
Akon.
We still ain't talking about Akon exactly. I mean, I don't know. Let's see here. Well, we still talk about this other little subject, so let's just get this out of the way, and then after that, I can finish up with this Akon nonsense. Now, a man support man said they recently demonetized the YouTuber you may know of. He kept talking about the war in Gaza, etc. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like here's the thing. One thing said check out the miniseries Manhattan. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. But I believe that. That's why I try to watch what I say too. You know what I'm saying? Because they will try to come down on your ass. You know, it is a job and it is low-key censored on here. Dwayne Rose said, check out the miniseries The Manhattan Project and the movie Oppenheimer. Oh, I've seen the Oppenheimer, but I've never seen the Manhattan Project. But the Manhattan Project essentially was Oppenheimer, right?
Right.
Now, Celios Myers come through. He says, salute. Yeah, salute, G. Salute. So, yeah, man, did you have any more comments that you wanted to kind of say about about this Charlie Kirk situation? Or did you want to hear?
Not without losing my job. Listen, this thing is a little too sensitive right now.
Here's the thing. People are losing their jobs because they are talking about how some people said that they wished bad things on him. Not you or me. None of us wished anything bad on him or anybody on this show.
Yeah, and I really want to incentivize the people that do feel that is empathizing and do feel bad for his loss and trying to, get justice for his murder or whatever, to start asking questions, like to stop accepting any old thing that's being told to you. Like start asking these authorities for their statements. Like, we'll release your statements. What their grandmama say? What their auntie say? What their neighbors say? What did he say? Why did he do this? What was his motive? Like, what the fuck? Start telling us.
You know what? You see it your way, and I nothing's wrong with that. Me personally, just based off of how I see history play out, the truth is we'll probably never ever really know the answer. I mean, even they could tell me whatever the fuck I want, and I still wouldn't believe it because it's just like, okay, so he just decided just to throw his life away for what? Like, there's a little bit more to this story than even what they got to say.
Like he just woke up
like
one
I said,
day and just this is crazy. Like
like
I just
I
want to
said,
know more.
Okay, I mean,
if you care, you would. If it was your daddy, you would want to know, man.
See, Morphine, you're seeing it surface level. Me, I'm seeing a little. See, that's the thing. I see a little past that. I see past what they're trying to put out to us. I see somebody. I don't know if it's one of those alphabet crews. I'm not gonna point at which agency, but if somebody is in business of making people talk shit now, because guess what? When Trump won, the Democrats were mad and stuff like that or whatever. But for the most part, everything was really kind of all right and kind of chill, even though they tried to take out AK-47 twice. But guess what? This is another rift in the whole situation that's just trying to tear apart people in the country. And that's kind of why that's why, I feel bad. See the thing. No one should be taken out like that. That doesn't mean I'm not still going to talk about the hateful, I'm not going to talk about the rhetoric that's been said. Like I said, I understand that this guy was like a KKK guy and nothing like that. But he did.
I guess that's the premise
about black men. Well, here's the thing.
That's the premise of what I'm saying. With that being said, you would want to know these things because of that. Everything you said. Because when you look beyond that, then we got to deal with this. But if we had this information, then I think we would still have to deal with things, but not that. We won't have to deal with the speculation, and things of that nature, because that gets dangerous, man.
Facts. Now, 17-0 says amazing those that did Trayvon Martin and George Floyd challenges on social media kept their jobs for some reason. Hello. Now, I would love to hear Dick Gregory's commentary on today's situation. R.I.P. to him. Facts.
Me as well.
And that's real. And that's real. Here's the thing. I don't wish death on nobody. Like I said, I don't feel like he said anything that would make anyone want to go do that. I just kind of feel like his talking points was too easy to just disregard and just, and here's the other too. There's a reason why he went to colleges debating college students. He didn't go to, shit. I mean, I'm not saying that Dr. Umar is the smartest guy in the world, but he didn't go and debate Dr. Umar or somebody with at least a college degree or a doctorate in anybody. He's debating college students who don't really know much about the world, you know what I'm saying, who don't, who haven't even seen much. Shit. To be honest with you, Charlie Kirk hasn't even seen it much himself. He's 31. To me, he was like damn near a baby. So it was sad that, he got taken out like that. I was fucked up. Like, the fact that people even sent it to me, I was even kind of upset about that.
Right.
But we, like he said, we're not here to attack the individual. We're just here having a discussion as if, even if he was here or not. Like, I wouldn't know he would have said this shit. I would have said this shit whether he was alive when he was alive. Shit.
Absolutely.
You feel me? Now, what else in the comment section? Let's see here. It says, I think I read that already. Okay, 17 said there's way more to the story, but things happen bad every day. I almost taken myself out a few times in the NO. People are untamed gorillas out here. I don't believe it. Charlie played with the Jays. Yep. I believe that. That could be a possibility. I
don't know. I said it's something with them.
Remember he said that he was kind of pro, So
yeah.
So Dwayne Rose says, word. Would love to hear Dick Gregory's, Paul Mooney, and Patrice speak on these topics. Shit, hell yeah. Shit, me too. But it's all good. Y'all got Cali West. You know what I'm saying? We got Cali West. Cali West, we talking about that shit.
Patrice, Mooney.
R.I.P.
It was a lot of good black historians that could have.
Right. I would have loved to hear what Colin Powell has to hear about a lot of this stuff that's going on. But he gone because he decided to take the vote. Right. See? Mama's a word. So, Morphine, any last words?
Nah, I've said my piece. Like I said, I want to keep my job. They got cancel culture real quick.
Right. Like I said, ain't no point in living in fear. You feel me? That's kind of the risk you take when we do this. When we do this shit here. You feel me?
Well, I definitely say what I had to say, and I definitely put the message out that I wanted to put out there, and I'm like, yo, y'all need to start some questions.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So something else that he had a big platform and played with that, with the Juice and Juice Man, and it got loud.
Did he play with him in a friendly way? Because I got so many 17th and because me and him be chatting it up with. Shout out to him. We be chatting it up in the comment sections. But I was wondering.
What do you mean playing with him in a funny way? You mean like the same funny way that he was playing with black people?
Yeah, like was it
emotional damage?
Was it what?
Was it good? Was it bad? What was it?
Okay. Well, we see how it ended, right? So I'm gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that. Now my boy Supreme B comes through. He says salute, and then 17 said you don't read my Akon comments. You made a comment about Akon.
What did you say?
What you made a comment about Akon?
What you about to say about Akon? Can I see what you about this before you kick me off? What you about to say about Akon? I just argued with somebody on Facebook about him.
Oh no, we ain't about to argue or nothing like that. But let me read what he said about Akon, and then after that, because like I said, I don't usually have guest people on my show, and I do have to kind of go through the programming, and that segment was really built for two people. But I do want to see his comment because he said something he said about Akon. I don't see nothing about no Akon. I see he said something about New Orleans. I see something about Trayvon Martin. Bruh. When was this you said something about Akon? I don't see nothing you said about Akon, dude. Nothing about no Akon. What you said something about Akon? All right, retype it again about Akon. Let's see here. Dwayne Rose says she's a good addition. Be well, young lady.
Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Dwayne Rose, I don't know what you talking about. You say you wrote something about Akon. Let me see. Let me put it on the big screen. Because see, now you're going to make me feel like I'm going crazy.
I don't see it either, though.
Right. I don't see shit. Did he put a curse word or something like that? Did he get zapped?
I know I got flagged, baby.
Right, because
I see something about Dick Gregory.
I see Trayvon Martin.
Charlie played with had a black.
Right. Does anyone see anything that my guy 17th and L said? Bruh, I didn't even know you was in the chat until you start talking right now.
I don't even see you in the chat till you start.
Bruh, ain't nothing on here, bro. Does anybody else see anything? Let me know if y'all see anything, because I don't see shit.
He typing right now. Right now, as we talk.
He typing right now?
He typing.
Come on, man. Because about 1:30, I gotta speed through this.
And he about to kick me off too. So
right.
He about to give me the buzzoo. Then I'm at to come back in the comments to come chill with you.
Man, that's crazy because I don't see there. All right, I'll try to give you a chance to say what you got to say, 17th to know. Oh, there's another video I think I wanted to play. Just for everyone who wants to come in later and say I'm trying to pick on Charlie Kirk while 17 don't figure out what he was going to say. Because whatever he said ain't there no more. But please don't say anything about that country that's having a conflict with that country with a G, the country with an I. Let's not talk about the people with a Z's at the end of their name.
He said, I guess they erased it.
They must have. Because because there's nothing in the CD. And I scanned it a few times. Oh, here we go.
Do blacks have a father around when they're raised?
I'm not sure.
20%.
Hold up.
Blacks do not have a stable father around.
That was a lie. The numbers are right there.
What percentage of blacks have a father around when they're raised?
I'm not sure.
20%.
So that's why you
80% of
think it
blacks
is.
do not have a stable father around.
That was a lie. The numbers are right there. Actually, black fathers are more involved in their lives than any other ethnic group. This is according to a study done by the CDC.
It is the most predictable way to end up in prison, end up as a murderer or a criminal.
And why
It's
do
not a
you think that's
racism
a problem?
It's not a white supremacy problem. It's a fact that black fathers impregnate women and they don't stay around with the women
And
that they have
why,
impregnated.
Charlie Kirk, do you think that happens more in the black community compared to others?
It's threefold. Number one, we subsidize single motherhood. Number two, it's culture. It's accepted in the black community.
Okay, so black people are actually the poorest ethnic group in this country, right? But through racist practices and programs put in place by this government, that is what actually led to the breaking and dismantling of the black family. Starting with programs such as the AFDC, Aid to Families with Dependent Children, where they had the man in the house rule, where basically you had to remove the man out of the house. The AFDC that lasted, from 1935 to 1996, and that ushered in the TANF, which is temporary assistance for needy families. They disincentivized marriages and also pushed the whole broken home single mother thing. That was, again, a program from this government, not to mention the ASFF. The ASFF is the Adoption and Safe Families Act, where basically they will remove children out of the households, which they did disproportionately to black families, which contributed also to breaking up black households.
Black women married the government and divorced the men. Why do blacks have a broken family? Blacks commit more crimes than whites do.
And this here is a big one for me, right?
Yo, I do want to say something for a second. I don't want to make an excuse for black women because y'all know, more than you know, I'm tough on black women. But yo, it started from somewhere, right? Let's just say like this. Let's just say there was a black family in 1964, 1965, right? And the dad is, I don't know, he's a truck driver or something like that, right? He's about 28 years old. His wife is about 26 years old. Maybe they got 2 kids. And then Uncle Sam sends a letter that says, "You're drafted to the Vietnam War." And that man goes to the Vietnam War and he dies. And that mother, who doesn't have any skills, who depend on the VA check, depend on the soldier's check, which is small anyway, now doesn't have that. And then she gets on welfare. And we all know welfare is a trap, right? So guess what? When her daughter gets older and has a kid, and let's just say her man is locked up because he went to jail, or because, let's just say, for example, it didn't work out. Her mama says, get on welfare because that's what she did when her husband died. And it starts a perpetual cycle. So I'm not trying to give black women an excuse. All I'm saying is that there's a slippery slope. And it started in a time where women weren't even as capable of working and making as much money. So guess what? Someone telling you, oh, you can just get a check. It does sound kind of easy, right? Well, I don't have a man anyway. I'll take a check. That's where it starts the cycle of dependency.
Yeah, and it started again in 1935. And people need to understand that. We might not have seen it in the black community to 1960 or 70. Right. But it started in 1930, motherfucking 5.
Right. Remember what I said earlier? There's a segment of the white culture that they did not show? They don't show the white people living in trailers and white people having a hard life. They don't show the white people who's living tough lives in the Midwest.
I just be wanting to give black people their flowers sometimes. Through all the things and the statistics and the stereotypes that we have, we got to understand how these devices was put here for years. It was not effective until they became effective. And it took a while. And it still, to this day, takes a while to fucking program black people. Either we are or we ain't.
Like, why do you think us in the red pill say the best thing that black people could do for the black community is just to get out and just be in the look, if you want black people to do better, the best thing you can do is just be an example of what black people should be. But there's almost no helping to the hood. The hood is a trap. The hood, look, the hood is not worth a fix. The hood is a place to get out of. Like, for example, the ghetto was a place where other white minorities lived. But guess what? They moved us to where they used to be, and they got the upgrade.
And now they coming back and making the everything
gentrification. Well, that's because they run,
gentrification is.
Well, that's because they run out of space. Well, here's the thing. That's because they run out of space. They run out of space. Of course, of course.
Of course. And what you think that's going to happen? They're going to move us back somewhere else, and they're going to keep expanding and keep expanding.
They've been doing that since the colonies. Remember, the colonies were only so many states.
Right.
Guess what? Hello.
So that's why in the beginning this live is going to be it's a good live. In the beginning,
it's all bullshit. All of it.
I'm telling you.
When I say mugs need to read some history, bruh.
And here's another too. Y'all know, y'all probably not even gonna hear no race shit from me after this for probably a while. But when something racial comes up, it has to be addressed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be addressed. This is not here. We're not here to attack white people. We're not even here to attack any religious faith or anything like that. But we're going to call the bullshit that we see it. That's all. And Supreme Beast says, 17-0 says Akon is a Mr. Lonely. Right? And then Supreme Beast says Charlie Kirk was Joseph Goebbels of today's America. Joseph Goebbels. I don't even know who that is. I ain't gonna cap. 17-0 says, I literally made a joke using Akon's most famous song, It Was Gonna Happen to in his pockets from his ex-wife. Oh shit, man. They must have swiped it though. Gee. Cause that's what a man supported man said. A man supported man said, NWO, you got sniped by YouTube. That's what he said.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Then he says, they gonna use all that empty land in the middle of America to run from us again.
Right.
Well, here's the thing. At this point, they're pushing us. Look, at this point, they're trying to push people to the sea, bro. Dude, you see the way they burnt up the people's house and they burnt up the rich people's house in Malibu. What was it, like last year? Y'all forgot about that? And burnt up those people's houses in Hawaii. They weren't even poor people. They were some rich people, bro. And they look, man, man. All I gotta say is, what I gotta say about that is,
what it's gonna be wash and repeat. That's what you can say. Wash and repeat.
Oh no, I got a little bit more to that.
It's an evil world we live in.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Just get your money up, not your funny up. Dwayne Rose says ghettos were the first with tiny hats in Italy that don't want to teach that. Hey, if you look at the definition of ghetto, it literally brings them up.
Right.
Which is really crazy in Webster Dictionary. 17 says, what's the name of Akon's most famous song? That's what got me deleted. Oh, I'm locked up. Don't let me out.
What? They flagged that song?
I'm locked up. That's funny because I put that on my on the thumbnail. But okay, that's crazy. 17 says they're gonna move to Nebraska, Iowa, Wisconsin, Wyoming. They're already there. Hey, but guess what? They coming back to take your shit back now.
Right.
They gentrify your shit.
With yoga mats and Starbucks coffee mugs and shit. Starbucks coffee mugs and shit.
There's this place called Overtown in Miami, right? And it's a historically black town, okay? But it's also kind of a rough part of Miami, okay? But I'll say about 3-4 years ago, I was like, I forgot why I was over there. I don't know if I was delivering something or what. The long story short is I remember one down one street, I see a bunch of crackheads and winos and stuff. I hit down another street, I see this beautiful ass condominium built, white girl walking her dog out, like shit was sweet. I was like, God damn. And guess what? They changed that shit all the fuck up. So yeah, man, they gentrified like a motherfucker. Says where he said where it's cold and they know where ninjas won't move. Hey, but guess what? Here's the thing though. At this point, man, look at this point, them motherfuckers trying to move in like Atlanta. Atlanta ain't even black no more.
They know niggas.
Shit, them white people done came right the fuck back. And here's another shit where they
niggas might want to move where it's cold at. We ain't got to worry about crime. We don't need to do crime. Our highest crimes are when it's hot.
Okay. Well, you know what? That's because
that's my joke for today.
Oh, okay. But I don't know. You live in Philly. I don't know. And I know it's snow in Philly, but here's the thing. That snow ain't compared to the Midwest snow, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, if we had climates to fight, we might.
Morphine, your ass gonna be building a new house every fucking 2 years, man. Your shit gonna be made out of toothpicks.
What?
Your house. Igloo? Your igloo. Because guess what? Those, especially in the Dust Bowl places, those places like Kansas and stuff like that get torn up by tornadoes. But people buy a new house and new car every fucking 2 years because this shit tornado blowing that shit away, nigga. One of those places you probably even can't get houses.
I thought we was going in the cold. The Midwest still get hot.
You going in the cold? We. You speaking French now? I ain't about to move goddamn where. I'm right.
Like, I'm not going to the
It's motherfucking summer, fucking 365 days a motherfucking year. Why you bullshit? That's it.
The sun gonna be out. This shit gonna be cold as fuck though. Like,
oh my god. 1706 to the empty area. They got hundreds of thousands of miles across the country that is empty. Man, but dude, that's probably where they have the alien bases and shit, where they have all their little missile silos and shit like that in Area 51 and 53 and 52 and all that shit. I don't fucking know.
51, 52.
Because that's what I was thinking too. I was like, but here's another too. A lot of that place is uninhabitable too. I don't know, man. Look, that's a geography lesson, man. I don't fucking know. 17 said they're gonna move to North and South Dakota. They only got 400 people in those states. Right. I think both those states together get like one electoral vote, some shit like that. They got more cattle than people.
More cattle than people. That's fun. Y'all are terrible.
Okay. So, any last words, Miss Morphine? Because I'm trying to speed through this and try to get up out of here.
I'm out of here, man. I'm out of here. It's past my bedtime.
Okay. Well, bless your heart. And I thank you for tuning in. Yo, I'm gonna get at you about some other shit that we need to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, but I appreciate Miss Morphine coming in, bringing in the ladies' touch to the right sphere. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for tuning in and coming through.
All right, I'm out of here. Shout out to the comments. 517 and 0. I'm gonna come mess with you in a minute.
Bless y'all hearts, y'all. Yeah, you said them goddamn MF was in Alaska. Shit, they can go ahead. I'm gonna say where right the fuck I'm at. I'll go to the UK before I go to the motherfucking Alaska, nigga. Salute to you, Miss Morphine. Okay, so yeah, once again, we appreciate Miss Morphine for coming on. It means I have her on for so long, but you know, it gets caught up. Just talking about a sensitive issue, so it is what it is, right? You know what I'm saying? You know. But yeah. So back to we can talk about this Akon situation real quick, you know. Poor Mr. Akon, you know what I'm saying? Akon, he done helped his country and all that, you feel me? And you know what? This is the motherfucking things he get. You feel me? He done saved Africa. And then his woman gonna leave him. You know what? He should have left her ass for a white girl.
Thanks for all your help. Bye-bye, Tanja. Bye-bye.
So who is Akon's wife? Y'all want to see her? Because I want to see, like, who the hell is this chick? Who is this chick who's breaking Mr. Lonely's heart? Let's see who this is. Y'all want to see this ninja? I mean, this girl. Let's go see this woman. This is her, Tamika Dayang, or whatever her name is. Dayang. I'm pretty good at saying names, but I don't know how to say that shit. Here we go. So this is her. This is her right here. Okay. It said how Tamika, what? How Tamika Tham's marriage to Akon ended almost 3 decades. Oh, right. So here she go. Damn, that's his wife? Akon seen plenty of ups and downs throughout his career as singer. It looks like he's, oh, okay. Y'all don't really see me read. Okay, that's Akon's wife for 30 years. So when did he marry her? Because she looked hella young, bruh. Oh, she's a little wannabe artist her damn self. Man, you know, we don't care about all that shit. Let's just talk about why this nigga Akon, why she tried to take this nigga money. She done decided that. Ooh, I didn't know this, y'all. Do y'all know this? Akon's wife files for divorce days before the 29th wedding anniversary, bruh.
Emotional damage.
God damn.
Nasty bitch.
Bruh, are you fucking serious, bruh? Man.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
Bruh, ice cold with it, bruh. Wait a minute, wait. Dwayne Rose says, 17 now says, 17 now says, he ain't helped issue this country. He Dr. Umar Akon City out of Africa. Oh, shit.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Who are these niggas?
I cried laughing when I read it.
You know what I'm saying? like, we need to stay away from these niggas.
All right, I don't know about no Akon City, but yo, he did bring electricity to certain parts of Africa, though, bro. Don't do Akon like that. Look, don't do Akon like that. I mean, I ain't saying he robbing her or nothing like that, but bro, Akon did bring electricity to African villages, bro. Don't do that nigga like that, dog. Goddamn.
Emotional damage.
Okay. He can't afford to make. He can't afford to make Akon City now. The bitch done took half his fucking money.
It's all bullshit. All of it.
Shit. Him and Dr. Umar, they both got to start an OnlyFans, bro.
Emotional damage.
They can be out there diddling white chicks or something, bro. See? Now this is exactly why we need to have that goddamn stuff.
I want to do it the right way and learn some of the unwritten rules.
That's why I was talking about the seminar, so that we can get players to come down there and bring their grievance, their problem, how to catch a hooker, what you do to be a boss player, what do I say to my wife when I decided that I wanted to be a true player and walk out on the family. We need a seminar so we can teach these guys to give them the right understanding so they'll know, man.
Oh, shit. 17 now say Akon got like 10 wives. That is his main broad. Oh, but dude, is that how she look for real though? Because she look hella young. She probably don't look like that no more. Ain't no way she look like that no more. She still look like that, bro. She still look like that. Something tell me she don't look like that no more. Because she is. Oh yeah. She is bad looking, but no. That must be his other chick. Cause look, y'all want to see who Akon with? This is his wife. I'm gonna show y'all his wife. There go his wife. That's his wife, yo.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
No, yo, can I be honest with y'all? She's not ugly or nothing like that. You feel me? She ain't ugly or nothing like that. I mean, she is somewhat attractive. But I'm just saying, like, he doing you a favor. You know what I'm saying? He could have dumped your ass as soon as he fucking came out with that. Don't let me out. I'm locked up. He could have dropped your ass like a badass habit, bruh. And fucking moved the fuck on quick.
Thanks for all your help. Bye-bye, Tanja. Bye-bye.
So 17th and 0 says, and I'm gonna bring up the picture again. 17th and 0 says, rock bottom flea market Keisha Cole with lockjaw. Hey, yo, she kind of cute, but why her? You know what? She looks like she laughed like that dog from Hanna-Barbera. Y'all remember the dog from Hanna-Barbera? What was the name of the dog from Hanna-Barbera, bro? Huh? Dog from Hanna-Barbera. Y'all know who I'm talking about? What's his name? Huh? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Not Smithers or something like that. Yeah, dog from Hanna-Barbera. What's that nigga name? There's a few dogs. Oh, yeah. Muttley, nigga. That bitch. Hey, yo, look at this shit. Hold on. I'm sorry for being goofy, y'all, but for real talk, yo. Hey. Shit. Man. You old Muttley ass looking ass bitch. Fucking broke my nigga Akon heart, bro. For real, bro. Man, how fucking dare you?
Nasty bitch.
And 17 even if he is, even if y'all think that he's an African scammer, bro, y'all shouldn't do. You shouldn't do them day like that, man. Why you do them day like that, bro? Why you do them day?
Got to know exactly who you are. Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
She looks like she smoked 2 packs of Cool Filter Kings 100s, like my old ex-lady. Oh my God. Oh shit.
That all up in me at one time. Don't try to make me take all that dick at one time.
Slow and easy.
He said, don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not rush all this dick up in you at one time. I'm going to take it easy on you. She said, okay, I think I can take it. So he laid down. The nigga rushed all that dick up in her.
Jammed it into there.
Jammed and round.
Like Jam City.
All kind of dick up in that girl at one time.
Dang.
And took her breath some more.
Okay, let's carry on with this Akon foolishness. So it says Akon's wife has filed for divorce from a musician just 4 days before what would have been the 29th anniversary. Tamika Tom filed for divorce from the star on Thursday, September 11th, citing irreconcilable differences, according to the filing, which was obtained by People. She listed their date of separation to be decided, and she said they shared one child, 17-year-old Journey. Dam requested joint legal custody of Journey and requested she have physical custody of the teen, and Akon, 52, get visitation. She also requested spousal support and asked the court not to award the Smack That singer any pounds. Oh, she also requested spousal support and the court not to award the Smack That singer any spousal support. I don't know. Is that a typo? Can someone explain that to me? I'm gonna read that one more time. It says Tame requested legal custody of Journey and requested she have physical custody of the teen and Akon 52 get visitation. She also requested spousal support and asked the court not to award the Smack That singer any spousal support. I think maybe they probably mean like any actual custody. And why would she want to have full custody of a 17-year-old? Dude, you see how evil these chicks could be, bruh? God damn.
You ain't lying.
Bruh, what the fuck, man?
You don't find that suspicious? 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 You don't find that suspicious?
Got to know exactly who you are.
Really him. You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
Damn, Akon getting it, boy. In the business. 17L says his Akon now off limits too. Off of what? Say whatever you want to say. Shit. Hey, y'all let me slide when I forgot what I said. I said some outlandish shit. I forgot what time I said. It was probably one of my posts. I said some outlandish shit too. Whatever. I don't give a goddamn. Shit. Say what you gotta say. Shit. Akon is not off limits. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I fuck with Akon, or whatever, but shit. You know what I'm saying? He don't give a fuck about me. He don't give a fuck about you either. So hey, say whatever you gotta say. It might be funny. Shoot, we was bagging on his wife for 30 years already. I mean, at this point, he's fair game. Shit. You feel me? Shit. Get that fool. Okay. Do I have any clips that I need to show y'all? Because the show would have been longer than I thought. Went longer than I thought. Damn, do I have anything I want to show y'all? Oh, I know. Man, hey, you know I ain't gonna leave y'all with nothing. I gotta show y'all something. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in too. Yeah, I know I got something for y'all. Hold on. I know I got something in my trick bag. Something in the trick bag. I know I do. Oh, okay. Okay, I think I got everything. Hold up. I know I got a couple of other things I need to show you. I know I do. Yeah, we're gonna run through a couple of things. Why not? Yeah, I gotta show you something on the way out. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And a smoking green cauliflower.
Hey. Hey. Just for the hell of it. Let's see here. I might have to move my banner. Just for a second.
I'd buy that for $1.
I'm telling you, black women just get their shit together. Yo, they would not be. Yeah, no one could compete, bro. No one could compete, bro. No one could compete.
A win is a win. A win is a win. I don't care what y'all say. A win is a win.
Well, maybe some of them could still compete, but still, I'm just saying. I like to have like different little flavors, my neighbor. Now, 17 else says I done put Bucup, Akon comments. I put Buku comments on Akon in here, but YouTube must have zapped them. Must have. She trying to get child support passive income, baby. Oh, is that what it is? Oh, I don't know. That lady, she on one for what she asking for at that. You know what it is? The thing is, this just goes to show that sometimes you could be in love with somebody. Even her. You and her get with each other, and guess what? The sex will be bomb for about a year or two, and after you have your kids, everything just motherfucking just changed. Just like that, bro.
You said it's all bullshit. All of it.
But, you know, her ass, she figured, and here's another too, and in this day and age, these girls want to come out and play. The way she look at it is, what's the point of being a millionaire if she can't get digged down by some ball player? She trying to get digged down, bro. And the truth is, yo, I hate to say this, but sex makes the world go around, y'all. You know, we could try to act like we don't understand that, but it does. You know? So, you know, at this point, I just kind of feel, hey, let these wild horses run free. Let them do whatever they want to do. You know, just, wrap it up. You feel me? And have a little fun too. Because you're not beating them. So you know what they say? If you can't beat them, join them, right? Now, what is this here? Hold on. What the fuck is this? And then 17 else said, then you follow with that win is a win, bro, too. Come on, Kelly West. What you trying to do to them? They're open for business, especially on TikTok. Oh. Hey, you know what, lady? We're here in the Roger Sphere. We appreciate good-looking women, you know what I'm saying? You know, we are a heterosexual Christian-based group, you feel me? You know, we can still enjoy good looks of a good woman. I figure y'all listen to me rant for about 2 hours, you know what I'm saying? The least I could do is give y'all some eye candy. You know, you see, I ain't promoting I ain't promoting their channel, you feel me? I ain't promoting their channel, but just to enjoy the good looks of a good woman, you feel me? We straight up, we all straight up in here. You did? But you already know what they say.
A win is a win. A win is a win. I don't care what y'all say. A win is a win.
Yeah, man. So, yo, for real. Said, ain't no business like old business. Church. Yes, sir.
He ain't lying.
But, yo, I appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling this shit. Man, I appreciate y'all boys tuning in on the Monday night. Hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all week. Y'all will catch me up on Wednesday. Maybe I even come on tomorrow night. Peace.